it's always the economy, stupid. And then the children are not too far behind. And so that's why we won in Virginia. Remember that we won because parents finally understood that their children were being taught things that they didn't expect to hear. And teachers are, the parents are the children's first teachers. And the parents decided to take things into their own hands. And even Democrats voted for us as Republicans, because you can talk about a political party all day long, but when it comes to the children, that's a whole different story. So you've got inflation working against the Democrats. You've got the education working against the Democrats. You've got transportation, all of these things, oil, everything. So we are going to win, and we're going to win big.
Yeah, there are two seats there, Abigail Spanberger and Elaine Luria, Republicans hoping to unseat two of those to flip seats in that area. In terms of winning the general, that is the big focus when it comes to Republicans and putting their candidate in. Do you believe that there are strong candidates in Virginia there to win in a general?
Absolutely. And that's why you see the Democrats are coming so hard against the Republican candidates. I mean, our nominees are just awesome. We've got women running. We've got we've got Black people, Latinos. We've got men. We've got rich and poor and everything in between running. We've got the whole gamut of people running, and they're doing it because they want to help. They see society has seemingly wanting to go off a cliff. And they're saying, not here, not in America, not in our district, certainly not in Virginia. Didn't you see that in Texas 34, Maya Flores, a Latina, flipped a seat that was totally in the Democratic realm. And here she is today, the very first Republican Congresswoman elect from that district in Texas. So the Democrats understand that things are changing and they're not in their favor. And it's simply because people are sick and tired of the constant race baiters. They're tired of the nonsense that their children are being taught. They are tired. They are tired, and they want different. They know that at the pump, they're paying more. They know it's not Putin's fault. They know it's the man who sits in the White House and those who support him. They know that it's his fault. They know that their children aren't learning and that the Republicans are trying to give them a better education. They're trying to put the power of education in the parents' hands, and Democrats are trying to stop that. I know that a certain general once said that the first job of a leader is to create more leaders. And that's what the Republican Party is trying to do. We are trying to create leaders. We are not trying to create victims. And the people are saying, that's who we want. We want independence. And this race baiting stuff isn't working anymore.
Let me ask you about this. The debate over abortion rights nationwide, this has been highly controversial. It seems like every week you're waiting to see if Dobbs v. Jackson, that is the case that the Supreme Court is hearing that could overturn Roe v. Wade. It hasn't stopped over the weekend in terms of protests. Youth pro-abortion activists protesting outside Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett's home. This was in your state there of Virginia. Lieutenant Governor, your reaction as we look ahead to a possible ruling here. Some of the faces were blurred out, but there were some that were carrying, I believe, plastic babies tied to their hands outside. Yeah, there it is there. This is continuing before the actual ruling comes out. If you could only imagine what it would look like when that ruling does come out. Your thoughts on this? By the way, also on this, Lieutenant Governor, about the federal statute that rules against protesting outside of Supreme Court justices' homes and that not being enforced.
These, I don't even have words to describe what I'm seeing. I mean, you look and you see that there is supposedly blood coming down the sides of these girls' legs. There was a time when we wouldn't we would try to hide this kind of stuff, you know, because it's listen, if this is our future, we are in trouble, and we're going to get there very quickly. Parents, we're going to have to do better. We're going to have to teach our children how to behave in society. Yes, you can protest, but this is not the way. We're a civilized people. We don't pull back. The next thing you know, they're going to have aborted babies, real aborted babies. I mean, that they're carrying around and protesting with, because this is the way we're going. In fact, we are selling the parts of babies. So why would we be surprised that this is what we are seeing? This is why we need to get parents involved in education to the extent that we give the money to the parents so that they can decide where their children should go to school. So if this is the vial that they want to teach, no, parents said, not my child, not my child, not this time. I'm taking my child, and they're going to have marketable skills so that they can have a hope in the future, so that they can have a good job, so they can survive and thrive and succeed.
Yeah, not to mention, again, these folks have neighbors, Supreme Court justices, they have families, neighbors, et cetera. This is all happening outside of their homes. But again, when that ruling comes down, we'll bring it to you live, maybe Tuesday, Thursday, even next week, if that is a possibility.
America, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, because you are seeing our future if we don't do something.